What's the deal? What's going on? What is up? What is up? What is going on? What's going on? All right, let me get this shared up. Let's get this shared up. Mm-mm-mm. Pin that up there. Um, that's good there. Let me go over here and share it up real quick. All right. All right, Dan. Let me put this here quick. In and out of there, man. Let's get in and out of here. All right. Now, take a quick look at the weather. Weather is deep today, man. So I mean, whether for whatever you want to, make it, whatever the case may be. But I mean, Minnesota Tampa Bay Rays, a delay wouldn't fully shock me as a few storms popped this afternoon, but the storm coverage doesn't look very impressive. So we likely stay dry, hot with winds gently out the center. Right, definitely put up runs. I need to look at that game real quick. Dodgers at Cleveland. I think we see a bit of rain, but my two most trusted forecast models both keep any rain light enough to just play through. I'd expect a few off and on sprinkles, showers, nothing heavy enough to stop play. San Francisco Giants at Detroit kind of looks like Cleveland. There's a little rain, but not alarming amount. I expect they play 9 innings without, excuse me, without issues through some off and on light rain. Chicago White Sox at New York Mets, dry pregame, driest early game. Um, they'll steadily they'll steadily see some increase in light rain through the game, but I feel fairly confident they will just play 9 innings straight with the later innings a bit wet. All right, St. Louis, Baltimore. Actually increased the risk here based on organizational talk about both teams being okay with a postpone today and a game tomorrow. So I ain't gonna read too far than that. So keep an eye out on that one, right? St. Louis is probably going to be a postpone. If not, then it is. It is. Keep an eye out. Atlanta and Philly, it legitimately rains all day. It's orange red as you can see. So at the end of the day, keep an eye out on that one, right? That's two games that's up for some major weather concerns. Baltimore, St. Louis, and Atlanta and Philly. Cincinnati and Kansas City Royals starts dry, rain chances increase longer through the game goes, and one potent downpour causing a mid-game delay could potentially be all she wrote. So Cincinnati game, Philly game, Baltimore game. Really keep your eyes out on that. Green, Chicago, Colorado at Chicago Cubs. Nothing more than a sprinkle. Wind sort of in from left, 5 miles an hour. But it's not like it's been the last couple of days where winds massively suppress home run and run scoring in general. So we might be able to see something here. We might be able to see a little bit of sparks here. So of those games that we did have implications, it looks like these games will probably be later. Like the 1, 2, 3 games here, probably the games I probably won't be touching on. I'll keep my eye on that Cincinnati game for sure. The Cubs game, the Yankees game. All right. Well, okay. Miami, Alcantara. Okay. Uh, okay. Well, all right. So, real quick, go over a few games, get in, get out. Uh, Boston Red Sox at Milwaukee Brewers. We got an over under. We got a lot of over unders of 7.5s and eights today. Only one nine that I see. A few 8.5s, but one solid nine. Oh, two nines here. That'll be this Dodgers game as well. So definitely like things in that Dodgers game here when they got Allard on the mound here. But looking at this Boston Red Sox game, I mean, I could probably tell you what I've done here. I didn't do much. I'm trying to figure out how I want to attack the how I want to attack the trying to figure out how I want to attack uh the Milwaukee side of things, man. That's what I want to do, right? So Boston on the road, one of their highest some of their highest K rates here has come on the road. What I did play here, just to play it right, I did play. I took hits, runs, and RBIs here, but I only took for Duran and Devers. I only took one apiece, right? So I took one for Devers, and I took one for Duran, and that came out to minus 125. Sprinkled a little bit on that. Not really feeling that. Truth be told, not really feeling it. But just if they can get either a hit, a run, or an RBI, just give me a few outs, and then I'll see if they can catch on. Sprinkle a little bit on it. I was looking at the game here. Looking at the lefty side of things here. Christian Yelich has been fire as of late. Five of his last 10, over the last week, he's got four bombs. Okay. 57% fly ball rate, barrel rate is up. So he's definitely got four bombs versus pitch mix over the last week. He will strikeout, walk, strikeout, single, home run, ground out, home run, home run. I think he hit two home runs in the same game that day. Wait. 20 second, 20 second, 20 second. Damn, he hit three home runs. Where the fuck was I at? So I guess he could be hot, whatever case may be. He could be hot. Bayo can give up some hits to lefties and righties. Another thing about Bayo, you could take a look at his hits allowed here. Hits over under. Hits allowed. Pitcher hits allowed. Let's see. 4.5 for Bayo at a minus 145. I can see instances where he goes over. Okay, so so I don't mind this play. Uh, I didn't check the numbers, but he's went over this number in three straight games. Detroit, he's had four hits or better in every game, right? But Baltimore, he gave them six hits. Atlanta, 8, 10 hits. Detroit, 6 hits. Then four for Texas, four for Minnesota, six for Cleveland, and then four for Seattle, right? Now, I could be wrong, or whatever case may be, but judging by the pitch mixes and stuff like that, a few guys, especially some of the righties here, I can go to some of these righties. I can see instances where they can probably hit him. So that's just another prop that you could take a look at, right? As of late, I mean, we got plenty green here. I haven't bet on any Milwaukee bats yet, but I'm trying to figure it out, right? Like I said, for the last week, four home runs for somebody like Yelich and versus pitch mix, and then over the course of the season, we got a decent amount of green here, right? That's over the course of the season, but bringing it back in, um, the righties are the ones who hadn't been striking out versus this pitch mix. Bayo doesn't have the highest strikeout rate. You got Reese Hoskins, who's a home run candidate here. He's batting 435 over the course of the last month. William Contreras has been pretty good, 15% K rate. Hoskins got a 30% K rate, but it is what it is. Cheerio, 5% K rate. He can do a little bit of damage. Last 2 weeks here. Um, last 2 weeks here, you can narrow things down a little bit more, where you can see Jackson Churio, 6 for 16, no bombs. Hoskins got a bomb within the last 2 weeks, and Caleb Duran has been hitting over, even though I don't bet on him. Contreras looks interesting, very. Bringing it back in, what have you done for me lately in the last 7 days? And you got a few guys that's betting 400 or more, right? But small sample size, of course. But Cheerios 5 for 8, Duran's 5 for 9. It is what it is. Cheerio hadn't struck out as of late, so keep an eye out on that, right? If those guys going to keep up like that, then I can see instances where this 4.5 hits could be in jeopardy here. Of course, it's a minus 145. So if you want to go there, you can be my guest. It is what it is. Um, Strikeouts. You're looking at over the course of the season here versus right hand pitching on the road here. Um, who was that? Boston. They number three versus right hand pitching on the road. And That's of course the season. And then last 30 days on the road versus right hand pitching, Boston number seven, 24% K rate with a 110 WRC plus. And then you got last 2 weeks. I didn't really look at the last 2 weeks on the road like that. Small sample size, so it is what it is. I won't even count that. But then you got Freddie Peralta, who's he's pitching his best at home, right? At home, he don't pitch that far off into games, there. So you can definitely look at that. He will, but strikeout pitchers and stuff like that, their pitch count can get kind of high very quickly, right? So he's went over 5 innings 3 times this year. But he can rack up the Ks. Lately, his K's been down, right? Has He's only went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In his last 7 games, he's only went over 5 Ks once. Excuse me. He's given up 7 bombs. He has a 24% K rate there. Hasn't faced this team this season. And then if you look at some of his splits and things like that, uh, he is pitching his best at home, as you can see that 0.75 ERA. So that leads to a higher K rate at home, which at home, um, his K percentage is 25% to lefties, 28% to righties. And then you couple that with the fact that, Boston, they strike out more on the road. So that's another thing there. But the numbers are the numbers are steep, not a ton of value there. If you just, hey, I mean, it's a lot of things working with Freddie. It's a lot of things working against Freddie. You know what I'm saying? As far as you know, his game logs and stuff like that. So at home versus the Cubs, he gave them 7 Ks. On the road versus Cleveland, 4. At home versus Minnesota, 5. Uh, on the road versus Pittsburgh, 3. Right. So um, Kansas City Royals, New York Yankees, where he really got busy at. So whatever you want to do, it's your choice, right? I still haven't figured out, from these righties, I still haven't figured out who I wanted to bet on, right? But hits and stuff like that, I like it, right? I like it. Reese Hoskins is one guy. I've hit a few bombs off him as of late. Reese Hoskins, um, it'll probably be Reese and maybe Yelich for me. Reese Hoskins, you look at some of his numbers here, some of his splits and things like that versus righties. That's where he's doing his best at. He's totaled out at 7 home runs. 5 of those come towards righties. He's batting 293 versus righties. At home, he's batting 282 overall. At home versus righties at 283, with 5 of those home runs coming at home versus righties like he is today. On the month of May, he's batting 282 with 4 home runs in May. His highest WRC plus split is at home versus righties with a 163 WRC plus. So, it is what it is, right? Um, you know, if I had to take somebody for a bomber, would probably be Reese Hoskins. But flipping over, like I said, flipping over to the lefties here, uh, Christian Yelich does have 4 home runs within the last week versus this pitch mix. So, historically, over the course of the season, Yelich will strike out. And like I said, this play here could be in play to over 4.5 hits at a minus 145 for somebody like Bayo. And be my guest to do whatever you want to do, right? So those are some looks. I haven't sprinkled on a lot of bats yet. Uh, next game would be the Chicago White Sox and New York Mets. Um, Smith, man, I'm not a big fan of going against Smith. I guess we got to over under 8 for a reason here. Um, some of these White Sox bats looks like they can go out there and get hits, right? I couldn't talk you off and under those. I don't really bet on them. But I did glance at them. The Mets, the usual suspects, right? Um, I mean, it is what it is. But as far as side and stuff like that on this game, I don't know, man. Maybe an under. You know what I'm saying? It's just not one of my favorite games to target. If I'm looking for a bomb or something like that, it's going to be Pete Alonso in this one, right? Cash the home run prop from yesterday, so it is what it is. This is the third game. This is the third game that I looked at. I haven't looked at anything else, but I'm probably. I mean, if it's going to be one bat that I'm going to mess with on the Cleveland side, it's going to be. It's going to be. Uh, it'll be. The kid. Ramirez, right? So, looking at Ramirez here versus the pitch mix for him, he's 8 for 16 on this number on this pitch mix over the course of the season. Um, the thing I like here uh, is the no strikeouts, right? So Ramirez here, 16 at bats, 8 hits, batting 500, no bombs, no barrels, 40 line drivers up, but the strikeouts, right? So that's what I like there, right? Anybody that's a 0 for strikeouts. So I'm with that. Uh, Last 2 weeks versus this pitch mix, 2 extra base hits, 5 for 7, 0 Ks for him. Angel Martinez 0 Ks. Of course, small sample size because it's a lefty, but I can push it out to the last month, and then we know he's just good at baseball, right? So it is what it is. 5 for 8 in the last month. Long story short, he's batting 50% on this pitch mix, and he's batting 500 on this pitch mix that he hadn't struck out, right? So that's on one bat that I wouldn't mind getting to on the Cleveland side. Other than that, I don't want nothing to do with them, right? Cleveland versus lefties haven't been good. Can they get to Kershaw? Hey, even the garbage can gets a steak, but like I said, versus left hand pitching, Cleveland ain't been on it. Cleveland ain't been that, right? So 11th to strikeout on the season with a 75 WRC plus. They WRC plus don't even sniff 100, right? So yeah, you can look at this Cleveland here. I'm not even worried about the strikeouts here. I won't be betting no strikeouts against them. But 64 WRC plus in the last month. I don't want no parts of them, right? I'm not even gonna keep going to flash that shit up there. Now, uh, who I am looking at, the usual suspects for the Dodgers, they're in play, but it's two guys that kind of stand out to me, right? And that's going to be, of course, Teoscar Hernandez, and then Will Smith. I need to see if these guys are going to line up. Matter of fact, let me take a look and see right now. So we got Will Smith hitting fifth. We got Teoscar Hernandez hitting third. I'm gonna like it, right? So anytime we get a lefty versus Hernandez, I'm on it, right? Everybody else is it's not a secret, right? We will get Kobe Aller today. I retweeted he will be starting today. I don't know how long he's gonna go, but they need to get to him right away. Otani is self-explanatory. Betts is Betts. Hernandez, right? So um, how I'm looking at things here is of course, who doesn't like Freddie, right? But if you get a hot Fernandez right here, he could take away from somebody like Freddie when it comes to RBIs, shit like that. So keep an eye out on that if you bet RBIs and shit like that. Will Smith, let's just get to the numbers. All right, so flip it on over here to the righties. We'll go with Dodgers, and then we'll go with Kobe Aller. Shout out to Game Day, man. They got right on it, right? I had pulled up Coley Aller pitch mix right on the side right here, but before I could get up out of there, they had already updated it. Shout out to them people, man. They're getting busy, right? So a lot of these numbers here, like over the course of the season, Teoscar Hernandez, one bomb, batting 435. Will Smith, uh, two bombs, batting 430, 412. So it is what it is. Both of these guys' K percentages are down. That's what you really want to see. Mookie Betts not striking out over the course of the season either, so that can be pesky for anybody in general. When you're going up against a lefty, you don't see that many lefties, so you don't see that many lefties, man. You might see a third of lefties that you will see versus a righty. So shit like that, definitely plays a part. So it's a small, very very small sample size. It is what it is, right? But historically, we know Teoscar Hernandez has hit lefties, and then for what's left of the season, or what has been of the season, Will Smith has been pretty good. Even if I'm breaking down some of their splits here, and that's where I really, really went to Teoscar. Um, just looking to see, just snooping around. I didn't look at last year's numbers. I would, don't mind. But as you can see here, versus righty versus lefties, he is a small sample size, but he is batting 457 in general. He's got 5 home runs. Wait a minute. He's got 10 bombs, 5 of them versus lefties. Um, home on the road versus lefties, small sample size, but he is batting 522, right? Versus lefties. Month of May, he's batting 295 with 1 home run, and then so on and so forth. His best WRC plus is 352 on the road versus lefties. So his lowest K percentage batting wise is versus lefties. Last year, he batted 290 versus lefties. Um, he had uh, he had 33 home runs. 11 of them came to lefties. On the road versus lefties, he's batted 286, and he had batted 296 versus lefties. Then, right? So it is what it is with that situation, man. We Teoscar Hernandez likes lefties, and then Will Smith this year looking okay, man. For what he for probably limited at bats, but for what it's worth, all we have is numbers to look at. He is batting 400 versus lefties here, and 300 versus righties. So he's been okay, man. Straight up, man. He's only got 5 home runs. 3 of them came versus lefties. On the road versus lefties, he's batting 400. Home versus lefties, he's batting 455. Small sample size, but you get the drift, right? Him and Teoscar Hernandez have been bidding lefties pretty well. Home WRC plus versus lefties 287. Road WRC plus versus lefties 277. It is what it is, man. Month of May, he's batting 356. So I don't know how many home runs he has this month. Maybe 2 or 3. I could check that. He's got 2 home runs this month. Like I said, batting 356. Let's look to see if he's gonna keep going, getting hot, stay hot here. The good thing about that is uh, him and Teoscar Hernandez, they're both hitting righties as well. So you know, uh, and then you got Otani, and then you got those two, and then you got the rest of the game. So um, I took the Dodgers 1.5 at plus 105, something like that. But it is what it is, man. I could take an L, whatever, right? I was going to sprinkle on the 5.5. I mean, the 4.5 team total. It was a minus 140 something. Now it's down to a minus 135. Looks like something I might want to sprinkle on, man, straight up. So I do expect these guys to put up runs here. Like I said, looking at the lineups here, I didn't even look at Edmund and Paez. Edmund is in the lineup. Enrique Hernandez, man, these motherfuckers might be ready go upside his head. I don't know how long Albert's going to pitch. Albert's going to pitch, but man, if they can, but I like the team total over at 135, man, because I didn't even look at Edmund. I could definitely take a look at Edmund real quick. We already know Edmund can get busy versus lefties. Has he been getting busy versus lefties as of late? Don't know. I ain't been following him, but we do know that he can get busy versus lefties. He's batting 258 versus 178 versus lefties. So he ain't been looking too good, to tell you the truth, so far. But as of late, but to start the season off, he was getting really, really busy versus lefties. I ain't even gonna lie. He was. The number of home runs he has is four versus lefties, four versus righties. Um, it's over the last month. What about the full season here? Because they got Kike in the lineup too, man. Um, Kike, he's batting 300. He's got five extra base hits, four bombs with a 26% K rate. So he's somebody you could definitely take a look at as well. Kike is batting what in that eighth hole, right? Pajes is in that lineup as well. Uh, yeah. So I do like the team total here. Hey, I could be wrong, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it, right? Pajes, um, okay, he's been 286. Let's see. Let's put this in. Kike, 15% barrel. Will Smith, 20% barrel. So Kike, lately, how much is that lately? 250. All right. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. Throwback say, yep, I'm up $80 from yesterday. Been cashing out on prize picks. So grateful to be a member. Hey, man, you know it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. Now those are the games that I looked at. I need to look at one more game. And that would be the that would be this. I need to actually look at hmm, hmm. I need to look at this Minnesota game is only an 8 over under. Hmm. Let's take a look and see something here. Who's in the lineup? When is Buxton coming back? That's one hurt mother effort, man. Cody Clemens. Okay, Warnick. And who else? Oh, Lopez, right? Oh, okay, right, okay. Lopez got them home runs down this year, man. He only gave up three bombs so far. He's been pitching pretty good, pitching better on the road. Strikeout percentage better at home. I mean, he's pitching better at home. Sorry, no, on the road. His strikeouts percentage is higher at home. Hmm. 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 Pablo only gave up three bombs. Good pitching matchup here. We do, but this ballpark can definitely produce runs. 6 bombs for Drew, 3 for Pablo. Hmm. That's an over under 8. What's the team totals here? 3.5 for both. Hmm. What's the team total to this athletics team total? 3.5. And then okay. Houston 4.5. Over under 8 there. So I'm gonna pump my brakes right here. I'm gonna go over to Jackson because I asked him. Yeah, the Dodgers and Fuego, and that's where I'm getting it in at. Truth be told, this Dodgers game, I don't know if I'm probably just gonna lean back. It's a lot of lower totals and stuff like that, and I'm fine with you know what I'm saying. I'm fine with just I'm being content. I'm trying to beat up on the week right now, and this looked like the game right here, right? But um, for bats that I really want to unload on, right? Because in this Dodgers game here, I've already bet. So I've taken Teoscar's hits, runs, and RBIs at 2.5. I've taken Will Smith at 1.5. I've taken Teoscar for a home run. I've did some shit like Otani 2, Betts 2, Freeman 2, Teoscar 2. I've did all that type of shit. I've mixed and matched some things, and then I've done Will Smith 1 and Teoscar 1 and Otani 1 for -110. I got a little better number than that, but I've did all types of things like that already. So, I'm pretty much locked and loaded. I took the Dodgers -1.5. And then I haven't took the team total yet, but I probably sneak that in there too. I am gonna sneak that in there, right? I'm expecting them to go ahead and beat up on these boys. Well, score some runs, right? I'm expecting them to score some runs, so it is what it is. But I'm trying to figure. Like I said, I'm taking an admission. I'm gonna go to Jackson. Now I did glance at Jackson. Now I don't know if it was a typo, but um, I mean, I asked them. I told them, give me your top home run best today. They gave me Otani, Judge, Machado, Devers, Cal Raleigh. Right? Shout out to Kyle Riley. I hit a home run play on him last night. It felt yucky because it's like the odds were so bad, man. But it is what it is. And then I told them, give me your top MLB bets today. And then they came back with more home run plays. So they gave me Pete Alonso, Kyle Raleigh, Judge, Suzuki, Wyatt Langford, right? So I was looking for some sides and totals. Maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I'll refresh it. What I'll do is refresh it and I'll try it again. Give me no, not home run. Now if they give me more home run plays, then I know something, right? Then I know something. But trying to figure out, I thought that was the game that I wanted to take a look at, but I don't know, man. I might take a rain check on that game. Um, Alcantara been getting his ass tore up St. Louis and Boston might not go. Atlanta might not go. Does Cleveland? I mean, the Cincinnati game is meh. Uh, Cubs got a 4.5 team total. Let's take a look at that. So let's take a look at these boys here. Alcantara. He been getting his ass lit up. ERA around 8, 5 earned runs, 4, 4, 5, 7, 3, 6, 4. Man, he been getting lit up. 8 bombs. Mm. 6 bombs for him. He hadn't pitched since April. What he's been doing so far. So he's been cleaning up the home runs, but that's in minus. He was giving up power to righties. All those bombs he gave up until April, he gave them up to righties. He faced Cleveland, 2 bombs. Houston, 2 bombs. Detroit, 2 bombs. All of them to righties. Fake cleaned this act up a little bit in AAA. Yeah, and now we'll see what he's gonna do right now. So, what was he throwing? A little bit of everything, just getting hit by everything. Okay. Manny Machado, 3 bombs on this pitch mix over the course of the season. I'm surprised to see only 1 bomb for Fernando over the course of the season on this pitch mix. That's very interesting there. Machado's batting 444. Okay. That's why they got Machado up there. Okay. One of them bombs came within the last 2 weeks. Xander ain't been striking out. Smaller sample size here. Okay. Smaller sample size there. Manny Machado. Okay. Manny Machado. I did not know he was a lefty. Okay. I did not know he was a lefty. He's got one home run versus lefties at home. He's only got a total of 6 home runs. Month of May, he's got 4 bombs though, batting 365. It's his best split at home versus lefties. I hate when they do that. Mysteriously, his name just not fucking there, right? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, well, fact, FanDuel numbers be juiced up, man. They don't even have they if the lineup ain't out, they don't even have it out. So I have to go to DraftKings and take a look. 155 for two. Okay. Reyes ain't striking out. Jackson Merrill been 333 last month. Hmm. Well, how about lefties in general? No pitch mix. Let me take a look at that. Jackson Merrill is batting 278 over the course of the season versus lefty, so it's not all bad. 1% K rate for for Luis Reyes. So you can look at him for a hit, 2 hits or something like that. He's just that type of guy. Hmm. Let's see. Tatis. Hmm. This year, Tatis batting 196 versus lefties. Hmm. 1 home run versus lefties this year. Last year he was a lefty crusher, masher, right? Let's see. Mm, it's a little bit better. Okay. Machado. Machado it is. Uh oh yeah. Take a look at wait. Oh, I just did that wrong, didn't I? Just did that wrong. Hold up. I'm supposed to have been versus Sandy. I am sorry. I am tripping. I'm super tripping, man. Damn. Scratch all that. Scratch all that. We might still need like Machado though. But man, I'm glad I caught that, man. I'm glad I caught that. So um, okay. And Sandy, man, y'all forgive me for that. That sinker, okay. Forgive me for that. My fault, y'all, man. That was a brain fart. Let me get that up there. Man, I went against their pitcher, man. So that sinker, he's throwing that sinker the most, around 40 to 50% versus righties. I need to take a look at that. Machado and Tatis Jr. This is more going to be like add Tatis, right? That's what this all going to boil down to for me. Because I know Machado's been hitting, right? I know he's been hitting all season long. Last month, last 2 weeks, he hadn't struck out versus this sinker. So that's one thing there. Last month versus this sinker, him and Tatis look pretty good versus it. Machado still batting 400 versus that sinker. Rewind it back here. Okay, so he looked good versus that dominant pitch. And let's see, versus everything here. Tatis 365, Manny Machado 316, full month 350 for Machado. Five extra base hits, pretty much the same thing, right? Just insert Tatis, right? Last 2 weeks versus this pitch mix. Um, Machado still looks good, whatever, right? Last week, 4 for 10. Machado's 4 for 10. Tatis 1 for 6. Could easily get turned around, but yeah, Machado and then Tatis type shit, right? So it is what it is right there. Now, looking at these lefties here, curious to see how Jackson Merrill's going to look here. Uh, Definitely. So we'll take a look here. Jackson Merrill definitely was hurt for a little while. Gavin Sheets has been on one, right? 12 extra base hits, 292 ISO, 8 bombs. So yeah. When he looks good, I think you just, you bet him. Gavin Sheets, batting 300, as you can see, from 10 weeks to 4 weeks is still, kind of like carrying on. Reyes not striking out, we know that. Uh, Jackson Merrill, 9 for 33, 273. He'll be coming around, getting back hot, super hot soon. I think he hit a bomb yesterday, so shout out to him. Gavin Sheets averages down last 2 weeks, but the 3 bombs were still there, so that's something that's good to see. And last 7 days, all right, all right. So we wind up back here, Tatis versus righties now. Tatis, right? So no. That was last year. This year, he's batting at home versus righties. He's got 8 home runs, and he hit a home run yesterday, and he's batting 349. I don't know where the home run came from yesterday. The month of May he's only batting 196, so he should be looking to pick that up. His best WRC plus is at home. His best split is at home versus Rice with betting 349, 1,000 OPS, 337 isolated power. Now that's more better. That's more better, and that's gonna definitely make allow me to like Tatis a little bit. I mean Machado as well, because Machado will be batting behind him. So I'll be looking at probably Machado for hits, runs, and RBI, or singular RBIs as to where you get RBIs. Shit. RBIs. Let's see. One RBI for Machado is plus 140. Two plus 500. Now keep in mind, you're gonna be have somebody like, let's say, Tatis, Reyes, who don't strike out, possible 2 hit candidate, and then you got Machado. If these motherfuckers keep getting on base, then Machado can be in line for 1 or 2 RBI game, right? So one RBI for Machado, you can get that for, like I said, plus 140. And then, hey, he could be a two RBI candidate, plus 500. You did. So it is what it is, man. Then you got Jackson Merrill right behind him. So if they're not gonna hit any bombs or nothing, it's gonna be a lot of small ball, then so be it, right? So he's when it comes to Machado, he's batting 300 versus lefties and 300 versus righties. So if they want to bring in a lefty, okay, well Machado's batting 350 versus lefty, 340, right? So it is what it is. He's definitely batting, he's batting 300 at home, 330 on the road. I like Machado. I definitely do. All game long, right? All game long. He's got 6 home runs, so I don't mind any small ball. He's got 24 RBIs on the season. Let's see. He's got 5 home runs, 3 of them to righties. It's batting 291 at home, 375 on the road. Home versus righties 250, where he's got 2 bombs. 311 in the month of May with 2 home runs. Um, on the road versus righties, he got 220 WRC plus. Home versus righties 119. Home versus lefties 174 WRC plus. Um, I like that. I like that. What's the word name? Alcantara. .320 on the road versus lefties. .366 on the road versus righties. He's getting his ass tore up. He's been giving up runs. All right. Man, what time is it? All right, let's see if we can knock out this game and probably look at that Cubs game, and then I'll get out of here, man. Okay, so we know that Hart is giving up bombs to righties, right? Historically, now he's cleaned it up in AAA, but let's see what he's gonna do. See what he's gonna do here today. Miami jumped out to that nice lead yesterday. I think San Diego would want to have something to say about that today. But let's see. So Cal Hart, Ramirez is somebody I'm always taking a look at. Augustine Ramirez. So I'll bring it in. Let's just go to the last 2 weeks. Connor Norby, Wagaman, Augustine Ramirez. Yeah, we got some green here, man. We do. Otto Lopez ain't struck out. Small sample size. Ramirez, 1 bombs here. Lopez. Um, mm-hmm. Early games. Peralta. You said what? 3 Ks. Hmm. Lopez. Rasmussen. How early? Skeens. Gallen is a little bit better at home. I look at Skeens. Lopez. You can look at Rasmussen. Freddie Peralta. Freddie Peralta. Freddie Peralta's got a good matchup. All right, where were we? Okay, right. Boy, these boys can be pesky. Miami sometimes. What's the total in this game? Might have to look at an over. 8.5. Might look at an over here. Padres 4.5, 3.5. Let's see how these righties look. These lefties look. No home runs for Stowers. Maybe not an over. Maybe a team total over for maybe a team total over for San Diego, given how much uh, given the fact that he can give up some runs, and then this bullpen is not all that good either. He's giving up 5, 4, 4, 5, 7, 3, 6, 4, 2, 2. Leave it up to San Diego to go out there and do nothing, right? Whew. I probably wouldn't take the team total San Diego at 4.5. I wouldn't take the under. I wouldn't. So that's how I'm looking at that. The righties, I mean, like I said, with the other kid on the mound, the righties, the righties, he had gave up the righties. I don't know if they're gonna get a bump or whatever, but he did give up bombs early in the season versus righties. But we'll see. Let's go to Chicago. Hmm. He went 6 innings in both his last outings. He played at home both games. He gave up 4 runs to Detroit, 2 runs to the Yankees. That's interesting. 6 bombs in the minors. 26 strikeouts, 39 innings pitched. The walks, as of late, coming up out of there, they had been there. Hmm. Okay, my Cubs. Cubs about to hit this dude. Good strikeout spot for Matthew Boyd too. He's got 23% K rate. Um, looking at some of his strikeouts, three versus Cincinnati, tough, tough ballpark to pitch at. Um, eight versus White Sox, eight versus the Mets, seven versus San Francisco, six versus Pittsburgh. Da 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 da. I'd imagine his strikeout numbers would probably be 7.5. Let's take a look. Yeah, 7.5 plus 125. So it is what it is with that situation. Um, but okay. Suzuki, 19 extra base hits, seven bombs. Carson Kelly, seven bombs. Last 2 weeks, 10 hits, 9 hits, 9, 6 for Suzuki. Horner ain't struck out. A lot of these guys batting 370s and shit. Last 7 days, lefties. So I can't stress it enough how critical these walks are. So you get one walk for Kyle Tucker at plus 140, right? Uh, last month he's got a 17% walk rate, and he ain't striking out, right? So Kyle Tucker be walking, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see Tucker. More often than not, those walks are plus money. Two walks yesterday, no walks. Walk. none, walk, walk, none, walk, none, walk, 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 none, walk, walk, none, walk, none, walk. So at the end of the day, just gotta match them up. You can definitely match them up with them pitchers that walk and stuff like that, and then it is what it is. Live betting the walks, that's really good too, man. Live betting them, but um, other guys like Matt Shaw, you get a plus 320 for his walk. He walks, right? Matt Shaw. Man, he's been up and down on the called up and stuff like that. So Matt Shaw had two walks there, walk there. A lot of this, like in the beginning of the season, he was. Then he got sent down. In the beginning of the season, he was walking like a mug. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games with a walk. Right. Then somehow he had, ended up getting sent down, and then he came back from the April 14th on the 19th, and he's been playing ever since. So he can get that feel. He can go up there and walk shit like that. But that was a nice little stretch where he was walking. But kind of like that. I ain't gonna say I got off topic, but it is what it is. Just have to point that prop out sometimes because that prop can be definitely profitable. Uh, you see, see, you get a walk for Suzuki at plus 200. Like I said, 350 for man. If you can figure out who's gonna walk, man, then even live betting it, that can be definitely profitable. But look more so. I'm looking at these righties here. The lefties gonna do what they gonna do, meaning Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, Hap. These guys gonna come around sooner or later. They're gonna play their part one way or another. So it is what it is with that situation, man. As long as you got guys like Tucker, who's not striking out. Pete Crow strike out here and there, but it is what it is. Their barrel numbers are up, so if they get a chance to really knock fire from that ball, it can be gone. So we'll see what's gonna happen for sure. It's gonna be Cubs or nothing for me. And the righties are the ones that look better on paper. If you just want to keep riding that right hand batter's wave, of course, Suzuki looks like he's been on fire, right? So when you got Suzuki, um, similar to like Soto, right? When you had Judge right here, you had Soto in front of him. Not saying Suzuki's no Judge or nothing like that, but that guy behind Tucker has got to be active, right? Because Tucker is gonna get on, he's gonna walk, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta look at who these pitchers want to pitch to. Sometimes they don't even want to pitch to Tucker. So Suzuki and the guys behind them gonna benefit, but they gotta do their part. Suzuki has been doing his part, so I'll definitely be looking at guys like Suzuki, Pete Crow, Armstrong, Bush, stuff like that. The righties, right? So and the righties are shown, as of right now versus this pitch mix last 2 weeks, they all betting 300, right? Maya's not in the lineup, but the rest of these guys they betting 300. And Suzuki is probably the one that I'll be looking at. And Nico Horner, all these guys got a pretty decent a decent walk rate. So see who's going to be in the lineup, and then go from it from there. It's Cubs for me. Mainline parlays, run line straights, um, and the run line for the Cubs is juiced up at minus 150. So you kind of like missed a good number on that. And strikeouts for I don't know if I'll take the 8, but the strikeouts for I forget his name. The strikeouts for Matthew Boyd are definitely in play. So it is what it is. That's it, man. I want to take a look at this Yankees game, but it's gonna be the same thing, right? They faced a lefty Anderson last night. A lot of those guys from the Yankees didn't do what I wanted them to do, and I did lose some money on that situation. Uh, let's have this first game. Come on, 12-10. All right, so real quick, um, Kirby, let me see something. This will probably be Kirby's second start. Uh, this will probably be Kirby's second start. I don't know what to make of it right now. Truth be told, uh, so who else they got? Williams. It's okay. So Williams on the mound. So definitely, I think he gives it up to lefties. 11 extra base hits, 6 home runs to lefties. Trevor Williams. So you already know, uh, what you're going to be looking at and things like that. But I do want to see how he is on the road and stuff like that. Just gave up 2 bombs to Atlanta. I want to say one of those was to Olsen for sure. 7 bombs in total. ERAs through the roof. 6 of those bombs came to lefties. 379 average to lefties. 3 of those bombs came on the road, where he's got a 407 batting average to lefties. So you know who that is, right? We know who that is. That's Cal Raleigh coming off a 2 home run game. Mm, mm, mm. So we're definitely gonna see who's in this starting lineup because he's giving up the lefties, right? You can get guys like Polanco, Raleigh, Telez, just good power in that lineup. Uh, Fast forward to the last 2 weeks, where they haven't been all that, I want to say, but Kyle Raleigh 2 home runs. I guess those 2 home runs he hit yesterday was not of any one of these pitches, so that's something to ponder on. Um, Speaking of pitches, he's throwing the fastball 47% of the time. Let me rewind this back real quick. Get the fastball up there. Telez got 5 bombs on that fastball. Riley's got 3. Polanco's got 2. Rowdy Telez, 7 extra base hits, 5 home runs with a 25 barrel rate on that fastball alone over the course of the season. Telez, last month, 2 home runs with a 29 barrel rate. Last 2 weeks, that's how they look versus that fastball last 2 weeks. Rowdy Telez, he barrels that motherfucker every chance he get. So put the rest of the pitches back up there again. And then we'll come back to the last 2 weeks where we were. Well, that's the last week. Within the last 7 days, Kyle Raleigh does have a bomb. He will strike out too. In the last 2 weeks, that's how we look. All right. It is what it is. Straight out, look at the righties here. James Wood got back in the home run category. I took his hits, runs, and RBIs yesterday. Uh, Randy and Rosarina. Truth be told, I'll be looking at the lefties though. I ain't gonna lie. Hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a bomb. I ain't finna stunt. Um, like I said, I don't know what to think of with Kirby. This is his second start. Uh, but I'll take a look at these lefties versus what he's thrown. Um, and look at their numbers as of late. This is one of those pitch mixes where James Wood only has one home run off of. We'll go back to the last month. CJ Abrams looked pretty good when it comes to hitting that pitch mix. So, you know, hmm. I'm going to like the lefties for Seattle. So keep an eye out who's going to be in that lineup. Last but not least, going to take a look at this Dodgers game. I mean, this Yankees game. And, you know, Kikuchi, what's the name, went out there and pitched really good last night, man. Uh, Anderson. And the numbers were so green, right? I just knew the Yankees, they just sold. I took L on them, a decent L on them. Kikuchi's given up 7 bombs this season, um, 20% K rate, splits for him. His walk percentage is up at about 11.5. So all 7 of his bombs came to righties. Uh, you could definitely take a look at Kikuchi. I'd imagine Judge and Goldie has probably touched them because they've been in the league so long. Judge got 2 bombs. Um, Goldie surprisingly hasn't seen him. Judge got 2 bombs, 12 strikeouts, batting 200 versus him. This will be the second day in a row they seen a lefty. Um, Kikuchi. Hmm. Number 5 hitters got 3 bombs on them. 1 and 2 got a couple bombs on them. 1, 2, and 3 batting 350 on them, 340, 350 on them. The 1, 2, 3 hitters been hitting good versus whenever he's decided to give up something. Um, he's pitching better at home. He's giving up 2 home runs at home, 123 average. Home versus lefties got a high K rate. So chances are I'll be looking at a righty here. But they're gonna look so good because I just looked at a lefty yesterday, and you know, all his bombs came to righties. Kikuchi's throwing, he's get that fastball and the sliders where he's getting in trouble at with righties. And Paul Goldschmidt over the course of the season, Volpe's batting 300, Goldschmidt's batting 600, Judge is batting 300. Judge has 3 bombs, Goldie has 3 bombs. Goldie is less than a 10% K rate over the course of the season. Last 4 weeks, Um, Goldie's 5 for 9 with 2 bombs, 9% K rate. Judge 2 bombs, 3 for 7, and Volpe 5 for 11. All three of those guys K percentage is down. Small sample size because it's a lefty, so you know it is what it is. But they've been hitting. They ain't been doing the damage versus pitch mix I'd expect. But they just been hitting. But you're not gonna see lefties a lot. Speaking of lefties, looking at those lefties here, uh, Cody Bellinger over the course of the season is batting 471, 8 for 25, 2 bombs, and 15% K rate over the course of the season. Most of the usual suspects got 2 bombs versus this pitch mix. Sliding it on down here to the last month, small sample size, definitely going to be a smaller sample size over the course of the last month. And, you know, this is what they've looked like. Uh, they can hit lefties. They just don't see them. You don't see a ton of lefties, right? So that's what that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to stick to small ball hits and stuff like that, my favorite guys would be Goldie and Judge, then followed by Cody Bellinger. So those would be the 3 guys that I'm definitely looking at: Goldie, Judge, and Bellinger. See what the lineup comes out looks like, and then go from there. If the lineup came out just like this, we'll definitely be looking at hits, runs, and RBIs for Bellinger. Maybe a hit or two for Goldsmith, and Judge got 2 bombs. He will strike out versus him. But any one of these guys can go yard, truthfully, and that's just about how Clark Smith. Let's see. He's pitching his worst on the road. He's given up 7 bombs. All of them. Wait. I'm tripping. Clark Smith's giving up 5 bombs. Okay, K rate. What is it? 24%. Uh, we do know this team can strike out. um, 4 home runs to lefties, 1 home run to righties. He's pitching his worst on the road. He's giving up 4 bombs on the road. 276 batting average, 216 batting average. No, 235 batting average to lefties, but to righties on the road he's got a 333 batting average. Um, mm, on the road versus lefties, and the road versus righties, and on the road is where he's giving up his bombs. So that's something that you're going to take heed to. Uh, Moncada's 3 for 4 versus him for whatever that's worth. Taylor Ward is 2 for 3 versus him for whatever that's worth. None of these guys really struck out too much, but it was only a smaller sample size. So, it is what it is with that situation. But I'd imagine versus his pitch mix, I'd imagine these guys are going to look pretty good, right? Uh, so taking a look at Los Angeles Angels, righties here, Clark Smith pitch mix, and we'll take a look there, right? So over the course of the season, Ohapi's got 6 bombs, Ward's got 6, and then Soler's got 3. But of course, what have you done for me lately, right? That's where they've been getting busy at. Last month, Taylor Ward's batting 400, 21% K rate, not at bad at all, right? Zach Neto, 293 batting average. I definitely would have some interest in at least a hit for him leading off if he's still going to be leading off. Zach Nato 6 for 18 over the last month. The barrel ain't there, but a hit couldn't talk off of that. And for Taylor Wood, couldn't talk off a hit or nothing like that for him as well. Both of these guys are batting 300 versus pitch mix as of late. If I bring it in, they're not going to look too tough to the last 7 days. Maybe, but it is what it is. That's where they've been doing a little bit of that damage at. And, it is what it is. So, uh, hmm, interesting. Interesting, interesting. If I was looking at a lefty, I mean, we'll take a look real quick. Maybe Moncada. Uh, uh, Moncada, as of late, not looking good. So Rengifo and Chanel is the ones that's been looking good versus pitch mix. So shout out to them. Last month for these two guys here, um, both of them batting 400, and the K percentages are down. So that's something, really, really important because when you got Chanel and Rengifo in there, more than likely Chanel will probably be batting second. Rengifo on a wraparound down there around in the 7 hole. But Chanel, and Mankata right here, we'll see who's going to be where, right? But if you got Nato, Chanel, and Ward cleaning up, it's a good chance where he could probably hit his hits runs and RBIs in some shape, form, or fashion. Ward hasn't been hitting bombs versus this pitch mix as of late, but hey, like I always say, maybe a garbage can get a steak. So, uh, this is what they've looked. The lefties look like over the last month versus this pitch mix. Bringing it into the last 2 weeks, it's probably as far as I'll go where Shanua's 4 for 13, Rengifo's 6 for 11. Rengifo batting 500, and then Shanua's batting 300 in the last 2 weeks. K percentage is right around still the same way. We'll see how these lineups going to come out. If you want to take a hit for somebody, then be my guest. But that's how things look, right? That's how things look. Kikuchi don't look super bad, right? So we got an over under of what here? If Kikuchi could remotely do anything a little bit close to what uh, Tyler Anderson, who didn't look good on paper last night, then maybe this could be one, right? Could probably find an under anything, whatever the case may be. But like I said, Bellinger ranking those bats, it's hard for me to rank. I mean, judge number one, but when it comes to Bellinger and Goldsmith, I can make a case for putting them on a level playing field when it comes to this pitch mix. Because, like we said, we know Bellinger has lefty lefty splits, and then Goldsmith is just Goldie. So we'll see. We will see, right? So game times, next game get ready to start in about 12 minutes. Quick rundown of what I like. Let me see if Jackson gave me some more bets, man. Then I just ask him. So they gave me. So they gave me. I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. I run down what I liked. Right. So um, if I'm taking anybody for a hit or anything like that, it's going to be Ramirez on the Cleveland side. Um, Teoscar Hernandez, I took him for a home run. I took his hits, runs, and RBIs. Will Smith, I really like Will Smith. I really like Will Smith. Freeman, Betts, and Otani, you know who those guys are, right? I like Hernandez. I like Will Smith. I took the Dodgers, hits run. I mean the Dodgers, -1.5, and I'm thinking about taking that team total at 4.5. Uh, but Hernandez, I really like him. I took his hits runs and RBIs, and then I took him for a bond. Didn't look at this Detroit game. I don't know why, but I didn't look at this Detroit game. Uh, hmm, I didn't look at it. Um, Yelich, he's got 4 bombs in the last week versus this pitch mix. I think he got multiple home run game, 2 or 3 home runs. So whatever that's worth. Um, Bright. Oh, there's no Reese Hoskins. So Contreras couldn't turn off his hits, runs, and RBIs here, or at least a hit. I'll leave it at that. Devers and Duran, I took them for 1 hit, run, and RBI apiece, and that came out to a -125. I don't know how I feel about this game. Um, Boston, highest strikeout to righties on the road. They are on the road versus a righty. Freddie Peralta, highest strikeout percentages at home. So, it's probably a good matchup for him. The Mets, the White Sox. If I'm taking anybody for a hit or a bomb, I'd say if I'm taking anybody for a bomb, it would be Alonso. These White Sox bats could be pesky, right? Palacios, Sosa's, you know what I'm saying? But I'm off of that, right? Shane Smith, Griffin Cannon. I don't you probably could see an under here. Um, I wanted to look at this game here, but I don't have the best luck at picking out uh bats here from both of these teams. I just hit a home run from Brandon Loper maybe 2 games ago, but at the end of the day here, two decent pitching matchup here. But this ballpark can very well trump all of that. So, Pablo Lopez, Drew Masson, Rasmussen, uh, as of right now, are 2 bet-on pitchers. I didn't look at this Houston game. Didn't look at the Arizona game. Miami game. Tatis, Machado. We can look at Machado hits runs on RBIs. Tatis hits runs on RBIs all the way up to a bomb hit or two for Reyes. Mero, definitely look at his hits runs on RBIs as well. Gavin Sheets has been good in most of the season. Over 2/3 of the season. He's been good. Weather implications, Baltimore. Weather implications, Atlanta. Cincinnati might play. Who knows? I didn't look at this game. Uh, Toronto, Texas. Toronto, I didn't look at this game. And I should have looked at this game, but I'm not. I didn't. I'll look at it at work. The Cubs, the righties, right? See what the lineup's going to be like. I like the righties. Matthew Boyd is in a great strikeout spot, but the strikeout's pretty high. He's in a good strikeout spot, top 3 strikeout team in the league. Uh, but the righties here look the best, right? Suzuki's been continued to, benefit or just uh, be who the Cubs need him to be behind somebody like Tucker. So the righties look good in a sense versus their pitch mix. So my favorite bat right there would be Suzuki. And then Goldsmith, Judge, Bellinger, right? Um, um, Chanel, Nito, and Taylor Ward. Those are guys I'm really looking at. Rengifo, is an honorable mention on the back end back there. The lefties get a bump here for Trevor Williams, giving up probably all of his home runs, but one, probably 6 or 7 to lefties. So you're gonna get, if Polanco's in the lineup, he's a candidate. Rally in the lineup, just hit 2 bombs, he's a candidate. Rally Tellez, he's throwing that fastball a ton, bro. So that fastball, man, Tellez loves that fastball. So if I'm looking at home runs here, probably be Polanco, Rowley, and Tellez, and that sums it up for what I liked. And then I'll go through what they liked. Now they gave me 2 home run rolls back to back. Otani, Judge, Machado, Devers, Rowley, right? Then they gave me another home run roll. Pete, Rowley, Judge, Suzuki, Wyatt Langford, right? Then I told them to give me their top bets. The Dodgers money line -145. Uh, the Brewers money line. I think I like the Brewers today, um, but I'm not betting them. I'm not betting them. If Reese was in there, I would have bet him. Um, 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 San Diego Padres run line. Uh, I also think San Diego can get over their team total. Cincinnati Reds money line. Uh, Kyle Raleigh to hit a bomb. Peace out.